All right, this is just a short broadcast to show you guys um, results of my dye day a couple weekends ago, and show you pictures of some projects that I completed over on Instagram because I've already given them to my grandchildren. So give me one sec. Okay, so I made the grandkids Christmas hats, and that's the first hat right there. And B is modeling it for me. And then this is the stocking I made for B. And this is the stocking that I made for Dre, her cousin, my grandson. And there's another hat, if I can find. This is the second hat. This is B's hat. And she's eating a cookie. So those are some of the crochet items I made this past week. Um, and then I did a dye day. Not this weekend, but weekend. It was the weekend before. So what I did was I would put the color in that I wanted, and then I would use the rest of the dye basically as dye soppers until it was completely exhausted. So I wanted a pinky with some little bit of purple, fuchsia in there, and then I would just keep putting yarn or fiber in until it exhausted all of the dye out, and so it gets lighter and lighter, as you can see the progression, until I ended up with this really pale pink. And there's some more in here. One of them. So there was, and those braids are Romney, um, which, from my experience, Romney tends to soften up with use. It can, if you're not really sensitive, it can be worn next to skin. Um, Even at this stage, like it wouldn't bother me, but someone who doesn't like prickly, like slightly prickly stuff, they will have a problem with it. So this is some of the from the burnt orange, one of the lighter um, results, and then we got some blues, and this is Romney as well. The big braids are Romney, and I still got about 10 braids of Romney to dye. Might be more than that. But I was just having fun experimenting. And I did some burnt orange because that's my sister's favorite color. And so I'll probably be spinning that first. And so yeah, so I had a dye day. It's just simple colors. I wasn't trying to do anything fancy. I just wanted some solids and some and if it's a little variegated, that's only because I'll have some areas of white in there because I left it braided when I dyed it. I didn't want it to be all the same. So once I unravel the braids, there might be some white spots, but that just adds interest to the yarn. And I can always dye the yarn after it's been spun. If I don't like the way it looks, I can always over dye those areas of white. Um, so just wanted to share that with you guys. And it was I wasn't trying to do anything specific. I mean, sometimes when me and my husband do dye day, we'll cover the table with plastic and we'll lay out the yarn in its unbraided state, in its roving state, and we'll go through there and have our squirt bottles and have more fun and play. But I just wanted to dye some fiber, so I just did mostly solid colors. Like this one, when I put the color in, I dipped it in first, and then I had more than one where I just would dip it in the ends first like that, and let the ends soak up most of the color, and then I will push in the rest, and so you end up with this look like this, and it was with more than one dye. And then this is BFL, and I had to make sure that it didn't felt, because this was pulled through what's the word I'm looking for? It's thinner, so I had to be more careful with the heat with this, and so it's not felted. Keeping it braided, I think, helped it not felt. But this one, I was having like more of a just throw some dye in there on it and see what I get. And so this will probably make the most interesting of the fibers. And there's several of these in there of the BFL number 3. So I'm pretty sure this one I know for sure isn't a superwash, because it did, like, you could tell that it was felt. The superwash wouldn't compact down like this one did. So the BFL number 3 is not a superwash. This was some fiber I got from Windswept Farms. So this one, let's see. So this is what it looks like when you take and draft it out some. I just want to make sure that it wasn't felted. And this one goes from the orange to some pink to some green to some reddish orange. So this one was a little bit different. So that was just having fun, because I had like a couple of my dye. They were almost empty, so I just kind of like drizzled them on that. And then this one was more of a orange. There was some blue in there, and yeah. So I can always, if I don't like the way it looks, I can always draft these out and then lay it out in a unbraid it and lay it out. And then so yeah. So that was the results of my dye day and the last several crochet projects I've done. I am still on Sleeve Island with my sweater. I haven't finished it. We've been going through things and cleaning things and doing stuff to the house and out in the yard and trying to get ready for the upcoming gardening season. I got to set up my growth beds and then definitely figure out what I want to grow this year. So yeah, that's all that's been going on here. I'm doing a lot of baby watching, and the weather's here been rainy, cold, but not super cold. I mean, it's gotten a couple of days where it was cold, but it wasn't unbearable. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and thanks for watching. Y'all take care.